Welcome back to another episode of Lone Star College Football. Tonight we have our way too early offensive breakdown. So basically, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to list all five of the position groups: receiver, O line, running back, tight ends, quarterbacks, in order of most confident to least confident. Um, so I'll just jump into it. The position group that I'm most confident in is obviously going to be running back. I mean, Richard Reese, Tay McWilliams, Squirrel ended up hitting the transfer portal, which all up towards him. Quaylen Jones and Dominic Richardson, in no particular order, um, is going to be a nasty running back room, even with the new coach, A.J. Stewart, coming from Oregon State with Juice Johnson heading over to Texas Tech. Richard Reese, 198 attempts, 972 yards, 14 touchdowns, averaged right under 5 a carry. This dude led the whole Big 12, right, for the majority of the season in touchdowns. Now, Quaylen Jones, he's a power back, which is great. And he can also make really good plays out of the backfield in the receiving game as well. And then Tay McWilliams coming back off of that concussion. And then we're then adding Dominic Richardson, which is both speed and power, which will be amazing for us. And then after the running back room, I have the receiver room. Now we added another huge piece that we missed all year last year in Keytron Jackson Jr. out of Arkansas. He will be a junior. And then we will also have Hal Presley, Monterey Baldwin, Josh Cameron, Armani Winfield, and I cannot wait to see this kid hit the field. Jordan Neighbors and Javon Gibson, and also Jalen Ellis, which we saw in that Texas game have three wide open shots, and Blake Shapen can only connect on one of them. Man, Armani. I wanted to watch Armani ball out this season after flipping from Texas, and I know that Christian would have hated to see it, but loved it at the same time. Hal Presley, he showed really good glimpses. Monterey Baldwin is another guy that I feel like could have a breakout year, but we just need to work on his consistency a little bit more. But some of that also had to go on Blake Shapen not getting the ball to him as much, or to the whole receiver room. Sorry. Josh Cameron had a really great second half of the season. Keytron Jackson, he didn't get very many snaps over in Arkansas. They had a couple of older guys that just sat on top of him, basically. But he's a really fast guy that ran track in high school. Jordan Neighbors, we saw him a little bit closer to the end of the season. And Jalen Ellis is a speed demon, man. It's going to be great watching this receiver room finally have another year with Blake Shapen. So that leads me to number 3, which is actually the quarterback position, believe it or not. Now, Blake Shapen had a rough year this year as far as taking sacks, in my opinion, especially behind a offensive line that was full of four starters from that Big 12 championship team. He had 233 completions on 368 attempts, right under 2,800 yards, 63.3% completion percentage, which isn't bad at all. 18 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. Those 10 interceptions, that kind of hurts. But 22 sacks. 22 sacks. That's right under 2 a game. A lot of those were on him, 1,000%. I mean, you saw him even getting hurt in the West Virginia game. That was on him. Dude's got to, if he's in a scramble like that, he's got to be able to get down and get down quick. Because the guy that was playing for West Virginia, he was, I believe, a 3-year starter that hit him. So he knows how to play the game. It's not one of those things that was out of anger or anything. I don't think he was personally trying to do it. I think it was just bad timing. We did see Kyron Jones leave, sadly. I wanted to see him play so much, but as I'm sure everybody did. But we did get Sawyer Robertson out of Mississippi State, who is a Texas kid. Actually, he is from Lubbock, and I watched some of his film, and this kid can ball. Really excited to see that. Hopefully, he can push Blake to work a little bit more. but still Blake, of course, helping him out, showing him the rings, the hoops, like teaching him everything that you would hope an older quarterback would do. Um, but then we have our tight end room. Now we saw Drake Dabney ball out a little bit, and then he got hurt, sadly. Hopefully he will be back and ready to go by September 2nd. Kelsey Johnson. Kelsey Johnson was actually really good last year for whenever he played as a freshman. Excuse me. Then we have Jake Roberts out of North Texas. Dude is a huge target that I'm very, very surprised we were able to land this kid. I mean, I'm super excited about our tight end room. Our whole offense should look pretty good. Now, except for, well, I say that, but this is the one I'm most worried about. It's our offensive line. We're only bringing back one starter from last year, and that's Gavin Byers. I mean, right now we're projected to start two freshmen in Caden Siraki and Timothy Dawn, and then we have the two transfers, the Barrington brothers coming out of BYU, who were great. I mean, I believe it was Campbell. He's been burdened with injuries. I mean, he was a freshman All-American, so that's love to see that. But then we have guys sitting behind them like Elijah Ellis that could possibly move over from left tackle over to right tackle if Caden isn't living up to what we hope. Now we're gonna have a couple of different coaches on both the offense and defensive side. I'll do the defensive video here shortly, but overall, I think this team could have a really good offense next year, especially with Blake Shapen being in the program. One more year. You know, knowing the playbook, knowing his receivers for sure, because we lost all of our skill players before last season. I mean, we lost Tresson Ebner, Abram Smith, Tyquan Thornton, R.J. Sneed, who went to Colorado, who had a terrible year. But maybe he can play a little bit better with Dion if he's still there. But our offensive line is going to have to be able to come out and ball. Gavin Byers didn't have to lead this offensive line. I mean, the Barrington brothers, they're great. I've watched them at BYU the past 2-3 years. Gavin Byers has been solid. I mean, I believe he was the only one that didn't start before last season. But he's been in the program for a while. He's going to be a senior. Clark Barrington, he is a grad transfer. Campbell is going to be a junior. Monterey Baldwin's a junior. Hal Presley's a junior. Keytron Jackson's a junior. Jordan Neighbors is going to be a sophomore. Armani used his red shirt last year, so he's still technically a freshman. Jalen Ellis should be a senior. Drake Dabney a senior. Kelsey Johnson a sophomore. Richard Reese. That dude, he's going to be a beast. He's going to be the best running back that this Big 12 has ever seen. I say that, but probably in the past decade, if I had to guess. Tate McWilliams is going to be huge as long as he can pass all of his physicals and stay healthy next year. Quaylon Jones is going to be big. Hopefully he gets a little bit more snaps as a senior. Man, I hate to not see Squirrel in that beautiful number 0. But Dominic Richardson is also a huge pickup. But the one thing I'm most excited for this offense next season is going to be watching this quarterback room. Is Blake Shapen going to fold under the tension with Sawyer Robertson coming in? I mean, Sawyer Robertson's a big dude, 6'4", huge kid. He's going to be a sophomore. He went over there to Mississippi State because he grew up, I don't want to say worshiping, but he wanted to play for Mike Leach because he loved Mike Leach's offense, which many people do, me included. I'm just glad he can come back to Texas. Like I said, he's from Lubbock. We actually got him over TCU, so that is amazing right there. Just icing on the cake, I think that he could potentially come after the starting job. Now, I'm sure first couple of weeks, Blake Shapen's going to play, and then we'll see him in the second half of most of our non-con games, except for Utah, I'm sure. Because that Utah game is going to be huge. But yeah, so that's pretty much how my way too early offensive breakdown is looking right now. Until we get a little bit more information, um, I'll just go over our transfer portal guys that we got: Sawyer Robertson, Dominic Richardson, Keytron Jackson Jr., Jake Roberts, the Barrington brothers, and I believe that's it. And then we did have that walk on RJ Martinez. I forgot what school he come from. Thinking about it, but so how it shakes down is running back room number 1, receiver room number 2, and then quarterback room number 3, tight end room number 4, and offensive line number 5. So y'all go down below. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. How would y'all rank them? Because there's a couple of those I could have switched around for sure. But before I let y'all go, I want to tell y'all about our giveaways. So right now we are hovering around like the 440 subscriber area right now. But we will be doing a $50 giveaway via Amazon gift card. We'll just send you the code for it once we hit 500 subscribers. But if we hit 1,000 by September 1st, now I know some of y'all, if y'all pay attention, we were saying September 2nd, but if y'all want to go to that September 2nd game, we're going to need to hit 1,000 by September 1st. And we'll either be doing 1 or 2 giveaways. If you're not a Texas or a Baylor fan, that's fine. Just let us know. Except for maybe an Oklahoma or an A&M fan. We don't want to do that. But hopefully we could get together, all of us. Me and Christian might be able to get the same day off, and maybe we can go to the Baylor Texas game. Could be cool. But anyways, make sure to like and subscribe. And until next time, peace.